Namaste everyone. Welcome to all in this session where we are going to discuss team development. And I am moderator of this panel discussion, unfortunately. So before starting this discussion, I would like to call some panelists. So Dr. Kumar Sambhavaiya. Okay, Umesh Bhaiya. Moti Bhaiya. डॉक्टर मनीषी मिश्रा जी, उपासना जी, आइए आइए आइए, दिलीप भैया, दिलीप भैया,
हेलो।
कुमार भैया, वी आर वेटिंग. जितेंद्र भैया, ओके सर.
देखिए ये तो कह सकते नहीं आप.
कैसे शुरू करें? बस ये देखिए
हेलो हेलो.
This is team development.
Okay, so again, I welcome you, all of you, for this fruitful discussion on team development. So we all aware of all panelists, I think. Everyone knows everyone else. So there is no need to introduce our panelists. They are well recognized. So I will start with a few questions. And I'm expecting answers from all the panelists, and after their answers, the panel will be open for you to ask any question to any panelist. So I would like to start with Kumar Bhaiya. So in UHV we are talking about continuity of happiness, and through morning session and UHV 3, UHV 4, we are exploring and we have learned that we can ensure continuity of happiness with ourselves, with knowing our potential. So my question is to Kumar Bhaiya, then why there is a need for team development? If I can continue my happiness myself, then what is the need of team development? Kumar Bhaiya.
So now that we all are acquainted with the proposals, we can all see that each one of us is submerged in space, and through space we are related to each and every unit. So very naturally we are related, and to develop myself I need to contemplate upon the relationship. The more I contemplate upon the relationship, I get the inspiration to see the self-organization at the level of understanding. So the more I understand myself, I am able to understand the other. And going this way, I am able to see how each and every unit is self-organized being in space, related being in space, and active being in space. So the two are related. So every unit is self-organized in itself and participating in the larger order. This team development is participation in the larger order. So the more I participate in the larger order, I am able to develop myself, and the more developed I am able to naturally participate in the larger order, and the two go hand in hand. So as we have seen that for development of the self, at one end I have to work for realization, and at the other end I have to participate in the larger order, working for undivided society, universal human order, leading to human tradition. and the two are not isolated. When I'm looking within myself, I'm contemplating on relationship. If I'm able to contemplate on relationship, how can I cut off my relationships? I will naturally participate. When I understand myself, how can I omit the understanding of the other? Right? Be it human or being the rest of nature. So this is something very naturally related. Living and understanding go together, and team development is a part of that process.
Okay. Thank you, Bhaiya. So my next question goes to Umesh Bhaiya. So I would like to ask Umesh Bhaiya, what are the key elements of a strong team? You can share with your experiences.
Yeah, right. Basically, team is a family. Team is a group of people working to achieve a common goal. So the key element of a team is the feeling of relationship for each other. Right. That is basically the key element of the team. The team can be developed with hand holding. Like, let me give a small example. Most of us must be parents, and we deliver baby at our home. Have you started nurturing your baby on the day one? Nurturing means teaching? No, right? First, the hand holding happens. So you keep holding the hand of the baby till the baby start walking. And after that, you make the baby free so that the baby can walk. But then the guidance is continuous. So this is another key element of the team. When a participant attending UHV workshop, we as the active and the proactive volunteers of UHV can take our responsibility to connect with the participants and handhold. So what that handholding would means, just call them. How are you? How is life going on? How is Bhabiji? How was the workshop? Even if you ask this question, how was the workshop? They will start talking. You just listen. This is the meaning of handholding. Right? If you do this handholding continuously, then the participants would get encouragement to join for the weekly meetings. Because the participants will see some benefits of joining a weekly meeting. Once they join a couple of weekly meetings, then we can share about the morning sessions. And then bringing them to the morning session where the nurturing will start. But till this point, the hand-holding is required. So this is, I guess, a key element of a team is to get connected with the participants who attend the UH workshops till they start taking their own responsibilities. Okay? So this is one of the key elements.
Very nice, Bhaiya. So hand holding is most important part of the team. So continuing this discussion, I would like to ask question to Jitendra Bhaiya. What are the key indicators of a well-developed team? What would be the key indicators?
वाइवा हो रहा है.
2-3 points which straight away come to my mind is the first is the unconditional acceptance of the other. So if a team member or a mentor is able to see that unconditional acceptance of the other, then I think this is one of the most important parameters, because when we work in a team, even if we work in a family, there are many ups and downs there, because there is a difference between the competence of each other. So is the case when we work in a team. So competence is not the same with everyone, but this common binding factor which keeps the team going is the fact that if we are able to accept people as part of me, as part of my family, and that too is unconditional, then these up and down will continue to be there. They may be less after we develop our understanding, but it really helps. Otherwise, whenever there are projects, there are teams, there are activities, and there are we are not able to achieve our targets, we are not able to achieve things in time, then lot of emotional upheaval takes place. But if this acceptance is there of the other, then we tend to complement the other, complement the weakness of the other. So, to my mind, this unconditional acceptance of the other. When we work in a team, we are very closely able to see the weaknesses of the other. At the same time, if we recall that there are so many strengths with the other, then we are not bothered or perturbed by the lack of competence of the other. So two things: one is the unconditional acceptance of the other, and second thing is that if we try to see the good things in the other, then I think the irritation which generally gets generated, especially when we are falling short of our targets and work is not getting done in time, then I think we are able to balance and take the whole team together.
Nice, Bhaiya. So in continuation of this question, I would like to ask Moti Bhaiya.
In continuation, we will ask.
So when we work together, there are many contradictions we face with each others while doing work. So what is the best ways to handle those contradictions? You can elaborate with some examples of your life, then it will be best for us.
एक तो मैं हिंदी में बोलूँगा भैया, ऐसा मान के कि सबको समझ में आएगा, और अगर नहीं भी समझ में आएगा तो आप प्रयास करेंगे. तो
मनीषी दीदी फिर समराइज कर देंगे ना इंग्लिश में.
हाँ, एक तो ऐसे बिठा दिया गया हम लोगों को, और यहाँ बुलाने से पहले ही बताया गया कि यहाँ बुला लिया जाएगा. एक दो लोगों को भी नहीं बताया जा पाया, और मैं बिल्कुल भी उसके माइंड सेट में नहीं था कि कॉन्फ्रेंस में क्या हो रहा है. मैंने उसको बहुत पहले से ध्यान भी नहीं दिया था, बस आ गया था. वो भी लंच में आया तो कुछ वो नहीं आ पाया फील. तो जो भैया बात कर रहे हैं कि जनरली ऐसा होता है कि जब भी हम एक टीम में काम कर रहे हैं तो अपने सबके जो पर्सनल इश्यूज़ हैं वो तो है ही हैं, उससे भी आदमी अपनी ज़िंदगी जी रहा होता है. और फिर जब टीम वर्क करने आता है तो ये जो काम है ये किस का काम है ये बहुत क्लियर नहीं रहता है. जब हम काम को शुरू करते हैं UHP के या किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का, जब हम काम को शुरू करते हैं तो क्यों कर रहे हैं ये मतलब बहुत बेसिक क्वेश्चन है जो कई बार अपने को स्पष्ट नहीं होता है कि ये किसका काम है. तो इस वजह से वो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आते हैं जितने भी आते हैं. ये अगर क्लियर हो जाएगा कि ये मेरा काम है और दूसरे लोग इसमें मेरा सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, सहयोग कर रहे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि उन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होगा नहीं. तो मेरा जो एक्सपीरियंस है उसमें तो मुझे यही समझ में आया कि जब भी ये लगता है कि ये मेरा काम नहीं है, मैं किसी और का काम कर रहा हूँ और बाकी लोग भी उसमें कर रहे हैं, तो एक दूसरे से कहीं ना कहीं विरोध बनता है. एक कारण तो मुझे ये समझ में आता है. और दूसरा जो मुझे कारण समझ में आता है वो ये कि जब धीरे धीरे चीज़ों को हम समझना शुरू करते हैं और उसको जीने में अपने प्रयोग करना शुरू करते हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं मैं जो समझ रहा हूँ, मैं जो जी रहा हूँ, उसका एक अहंकार अपने में बनता है. वो अहंकार जो है देर सवेर हमको दूसरे से कंपटीशन की भावना को जगाता है. और वो जो कंपटीशन की भावना है, उस भावना को लेके जब हम किसी के साथ काम करने जाते हैं तो कंपैरिजन शुरू होता है, और उस कंपैरिजन में कई बार हम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में आते हैं. तो मुझे लगता है कि जब भी इस तरह का कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होता है तो रिजॉल्व कौन करेगा और कैसे करेगा, अगर इसको मैं सोचने जाता हूँ तो ये ध्यान में आता है कि उनमें से जो ज़्यादा जिम्मेदार होगा उसको ही शुरू करना पड़ेगा और कोई उपाय बचता नहीं है. जो कम समझदार होगा वो गलती करेगा ही. इस स्वीकृति के साथ ही जो अधिक समझदार होगा वो उसको करेगा, जो कम समझदार होगा वो तो गलत कर ही रहा है, उसको पता भी नहीं है कि वो गलत कर रहा है. तो जो भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है उसमें मुझे लगता है कि जो ज़्यादा जिम्मेदार व्यक्ति है, अगर वो जनरली परिवार में भी मैं इसको देखता हूँ, टीम का भी छोड़ दे, मैं उसको बहुत पर्सनली जब परिवार के लेवल पे देखने जाता हूँ और वही आगे कंटिन्यू होता है. कि जब भी कोई प्रॉब्लम है, उस प्रॉब्लम जब हो गया, कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो गया किन्हीं भी दो लोगों के बीच में, तो उसको रिजॉल्व करने का बेसिक जो तरीका अभी आजकल जनरली जो प्रचलन में है वो ये है कि हम उस प्रॉब्लम की बात करते हैं और इसको रिजॉल्व करने का प्रयास करते हैं, इस आश्वस्ति के बिना कि सामने वाला व्यक्ति सुनने के लिए तैयार है कि नहीं और वो अपनी गलती को स्वीकारेगा कि नहीं स्वीकारेगा। मैंने जो प्रयोग किया है, मैंने जो अपने जीने में थोड़ा बहुत जांचा है, उससे मुझे ये ध्यान में आया कि प्रॉब्लम की अगर बात करेंगे तो कई बार समस्या बढ़ जाती है। जो बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट है उसकी भी बात अगर हम, जैसे वर्कशॉप में जो बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट है जिसके तहत उस प्रॉब्लम का रिजोल्यूशन हो सकता है, उसकी भी बात करेंगे तो कई बार वो सुनने की जगह पे नहीं होता, क्योंकि उसको पता है, आप जो बता रहे हैं उसको पता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि उसको पता नहीं है। तो बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कि करें क्या। उस प्रॉब्लम को अगर शुरू करके बात करने जाते हैं तो वो फिर आपस में एक वो बनता है, क्योंकि उस व्यक्ति सामने वाला सुनने की स्थिति में नहीं है कई बार, और अगर उसके पीछे का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है उस कॉन्सेप्ट को अगर हम उसके सामने रखते हैं तो उसको पता ही है पहले से और उसका भाव खराब है इसलिए वो सुनता नहीं है। तो मुझे लगता है कि उस मुद्दे को थोड़ी देर के लिए छोड़ देना ठीक है, छोड़ दें। और मुझे तो कई बार ऐसा लगा कि छूट ही गया, वो उसकी ज़रूरत भी नहीं पड़ी कि वापस उस मुद्दे पे हम बात करें, नहीं ज़रूरत पड़ती है। क्योंकि क्या है कि इस यात्रा में हम सब हैं, तो इस यात्रा को करते हुए हम जो प्रॉब्लम को फेस करके आए हैं, अगर हमारी यात्रा ज़्यादा है तो सामने वाला भी उसी प्रॉब्लम को फेस कर रहा होगा, तो ये दिखता है कि गलती तो उससे हुई है, लेकिन जनरली गलती को स्वीकारता नहीं है व्यक्ति। फिर वही मैं कहूँगा कि लौट को जो अपना अहंकार है ना, वो कहीं बीच में आड़े आता है। और अभी पीछे ग्रुप डिस्कशन में मैं इस बात को कह रहा था कि वो जो ईमानदारी है अपने से ना, वो ईमानदारी हम कहीं मेरे से अपने से छूट जाती है, इसलिए वो जो अहंकार है अपना थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाता है और उस गलती को हम जल्दी स्वीकारते नहीं हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि जब भी जो अधिक समझदार जिम्मेदार व्यक्ति है, अगर टीम का कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति जिसके बारे में हमको लगता है कि इनसे गलती हो गई है, तो उस पर बात ना करके उनके साथ अपने आत्मीयता को बढ़ाए, अपने संबंध को ठीक करे। और ये होता है उनके साथ जनरल डिस्कशन से और कनेक्शन से। और एक और भी जो मैंने जब 2011-12 से लेके 2019-20 तक का जो प्रयोग हम लोगों ने AKTU में किया, उसमें ये ध्यान में आया कि व्यक्ति कनेक्ट होता है, उससे पर्सनल जो डिस्कशन होता है ना, बिना वजह के जो बात हो रही है जिसका कोई कारण नहीं है, उससे वो व्यक्ति कनेक्ट होता है। तो वो बात जितना, अगर ऐसे किसी व्यक्ति के बारे लग रहा है कि वो व्यक्ति हम किसी कारण से टीम में ऐसा कुछ कर रहा है जो टीम के लिए ठीक नहीं है, तो उसके साथ हम कनेक्ट हों, अपनी आत्मीयता को विकसित करें, तो धीरे धीरे वो कनेक्शन के साथ ना वो जिम्मेदारी महसूस करता है। उसको ऐसे मैं देखता हूँ कि आप मार्केट गए हैं और मार्केट में अगर आप कोई गलती कर रहे हैं और आपको कोई संबंधी नहीं दिख रहा तो आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन अगर आपको कोई संबंधी दिख जाता है तो आप नियंत्रित हो जाते हैं। तो जब वो संबंध दिखता है तो नियंत्रण होता ही है। वो आत्मीयता जब अपने में एक दूसरे से आ जाती है, वो कनेक्शन हो जाता है, तो फिर सामने वाला व्यक्ति और हम भी दोनों ही नियंत्रित होते हैं, क्योंकि फिर वो जवाबदेही है, वो जाने अनजाने में भी जवाबदेही है। तो मुझे लगता है कि टीम में जब हम काम करें तो उस आत्मीयता को डेवलप करें, उस आत्मीयता को एक दूसरे के साथ हम कनेक्ट हों। जनरली ऐसा हो जाता है कि इतना हम लोग सब व्यस्त हैं कि ज़्यादातर काम की बात होती है एक दूसरे से, ज़्यादातर। तो अगर काम की बात होगी तो कनेक्शन नहीं बनता है। बिना काम के जब बात होती है ना, मतलब बिना काम का मतलब ये कि हम उनके बारे जाने, हमारे बारे वो जाने, परिवार में क्या चल रहा है, कैसे चल रहा है, क्या सोचते हैं, क्या करते हैं, क्या समस्या है, क्या समाधान हो सकता है, इस पर जनरल एक बात करने की ज़रूरत है। तो वो जब कनेक्शन बनता है तो मुझे लगता है कि उस कनेक्शन के साथ वो आत्मीयता आती है, और उस आत्मीयता के साथ जब हम कुछ भी एक दूसरे से कहते हैं तो हम एक दूसरे की बात को फिर सुनने के लिए तैयार होते हैं, और फिर वो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बचता नहीं है, और फिर उस पर बात करने की ज़रूरत भी नहीं बचती। वो दोनों को पता होता है कि समस्या क्या थी और उसका समाधान हो गया, तो धीरे धीरे वो चीज़ें हमको लगता है कि ठीक हो जाती हैं। तो दीदी इसको आप
ट्रांसलेशन। अच्छा। Bhaiya said that whenever we first join UHV and we are not able to relate what we are doing and what for we are doing it, whom for we are doing it. But gradually we get in touch with the concepts and the resource persons, our mentors, and we ourselves when start working on us and become responsible member in terms of participating for UHV. So gradually we develop a kind of ego in ourselves. That yes, I'm doing this. We get a different kind of recognition, I think. I'm adding some more words from my side also. So we feel that this recognition gets the ego built in ourselves. And this ego creates a kind of difference between the members of the team. And sometimes when we find that such members are there in the team, either we should talk, but whenever we start talking, the other person is already, prepared to, encounter it, or he knows what we are going to talk. So Bhaiya says that let us leave it for some time. Why to, hold it tight and follow the thing that you have done this, you have done that, it shouldn't be done like this. So we should leave it. Like he said, even in the family, if something happens, it is better to leave it and talk in general terms. Generally, we talk about profession or the task or the work related to jobs. So this kind of conversation doesn't make us come closer. For getting closer, it is important that we connect to the person in general, taking the whereabouts and goodness of the person, how the person is, asking about that, about the family. That makes a person feel connected to the other. And what I feel is, I'll add to it, that a person doesn't listen to you unless he accepts you. Once I accept you, I listen to your words very carefully. We can see this in our family also. If I accept somebody, I listen to him or her very carefully. But if I have some kind of a doubt within myself, I'm not ready to listen to that person. So in that case, it is better that we leave, that issue to an extent till we feel assured about each other. And after that, let's get connected. And then I think Bhaiya also said that issue automatically subsides and we don't have to talk about even that. And the things move on. This is so wonderful, the relationship part. Yes. Bhaiya, itna hi tha? Theek hai.
Okay. Just after the panel discussion, so I will open to all of you. So in continuation of Moti's Bhaiya response, so it is true that we should leave some people as it is to get issues resolved with time. But when we are working for a cause, so delayed works, whatever work we are involved in, if we leave the situation as it is, then our work gets delayed. So how to handle both these issues? At one end, we need to complete work timely. Another end, we need to connect that person also. But due to his or her sanskar, he is taking more time. So how to handle these issues when working in team? So Kumar Bhaiya, I would like to ask you this question.
Okay. This is very important issue. How to keep behavior and work going together. So the core part is right understanding. So the more I work for right understanding within me, I work for right understanding in the other, then only the two can go together properly. Otherwise, we'll have to compromise on one part to take care of the other part. And this is a very common issue. When I accept somebody unconditionally, I also undermine the shortcomings in the other. Then the other also may feel relaxed and also ignore our somewhat guidance or words, and then the work suffers. So there, I think an important thing is dialogue. So I share my concern that I feel related to you, but the work has to be done. And there are two things which we always feel have to be included in terms of work. One is the quality and the other is punctuality. So we have to pay attention to the quality of work. It has to be up to a certain grade, not below that. And it has to be in a given time also. This is something that we keep on focusing in our organizations also. And not many people are able to deliver accordingly. So I have to get in dialogue with the other. I have to share my concern, my feeling, and also the need for timely completion of the work, the quality up to which it has to be completed, and then listen to the other. If the other says that I am helpless, and it is beyond my competence or beyond my skill, then we can see how somebody else can help him or her in that work. So with the feeling of relationship, evaluating the competence rightly, we can see how others can complement that person. And that is something common to each one of us, isn't it? So at that point of time, without getting into reaction, okay, rather complimenting the other. So I also just found a kind of phrase that we can use: complimenting, not complaining. Neither within nor outside. Okay. So I have to see how I can compliment the other. The other also might be complimenting me. I am also having some shortcomings, and the other also might be complimenting me. So we have to develop this attitude, not only in UHV workshop, not only in UHV team, in our family also, in our organization also, in our social neighborhood also. Every time I have to be solution centric. I have to find solutions. So the shortcomings might be there in the human being. It could be there in the physical facilities. It could be there at any level of living in any form. So I have to see how the solution can be brought out. That attitude has to be built up, and it takes time for each one of us. In human-human relationship, that feeling of trust is very important. That feeling of complementariness is very important. And when it comes to rest of nature, then I have to understand that yes, right, it has only the activity of recognizing and fulfilling. For example, if the mic is not working, I cannot complain that this mic, this is good for nothing. I cannot throw it away, right? I have to see how it will work. If not, then how it can be replaced, isn't it? So that kind of approach has to be there. So in short, I'll say that solution-centric approach, complementing rather than complaining, and having a dialogue, heart-to-heart dialogue, one-to-one dialogue. That is very important.
Okay. So having a dialogue and complimenting rather than complaining. These are the keywords which we are found with Kumar Bhaiya. Now I would like to ask Dilip Bhaiya. So in today's morning session, Kumar Bhaiya read some words from PPT, that is VBL, value-based leadership, right? Value-based leadership. So we all want to know your views, Dilip Bhaiya. What do you mean by value-based leadership?
Namaste to all. So, we have come from different part of the country. You know? For a common goal. Any of you felt while traveling to this place yesterday, today, that it was hectic, troublesome? Anyone? किसी ने ऐसे फील किया है? नहीं ना? Now, yeah? Yes. So, I think only few, maybe. Anyway, but we have a common goal. So now value-based leadership, when you talk about, I have just tried to see that when we are working in a team, our understanding build up in such a position that we can see our participation in the society, and for that only with the objective we have gathered here. Now that leadership means value-based leadership that develop from our right understanding. Yes or no? That our goal is to see a harmonious society, better society, and for that we are here. Now a leader, when thinking in this line with better understanding, complementing each other, and working for a common goal that leads to value-based leadership in a team, and as a whole, it leads to help others to take guidance from you. So that is very important. So that's why our understanding, what we are now, day by day, we are trying to improve. And I think in these 3 days, we'll see each other while we are meeting each other face to face, talking with others, seeing that how other one is in the process, trying to explore further and helping others to develop. That is the quality of a leader. So that's why with these values, while we are living in team, in society, we are guiding the society as a leader. Okay?
Okay, Bhaiya. So, extending your response, I would like to ask Upasana Didi. So, we are talking about value-based leadership. And if we all wish to become a leader, isn't there will be a conflict between leaders?
बंद करके दीजिए तो बंद कर दीजिए.
Upasana Didi.
I asked मोती भैया माइक बंद करके दीजिए and he was helping me बंद करके ही दे रहे हैं. चलो ठीक है.
Yes.
Okay, namaste everyone. So value-based leadership, team, TEAM, 4-letter word. What I consider it as T for togetherness, feeling of relationship. E for empathy. In whatever state the members are, I am clear in my vision, and I am ready to take you as you are. Empathy. Then A, assessment, right evaluation. If you know more than me, I am ready to accept you. If I know something better in connection to coexistence, harmony, and relationship, I am ready to help you. So togetherness, empathy, assessment, and lastly, mentorship. Then comes hand-holding. So with these 4 letters and in connecting words, I think these may be good parameters for value-based leadership. Bhaiya. That's it.
Okay. So nice to hear, Didi.
The question was
different. So I'm extending
It was-
again.
Yeah.
So very beautifully you defined the term team. But what I am asking is, if we all wish to become a leader, don't you think that there will be a fight between all the leaders? Then who will be the best leader? Or what will be the quality of leader that we will adjust with other leaders? So how to avoid that conflict in the light of value education?
Yeah,
that we
that's
want?
why I said with the feeling of relationship, with the feeling of empathy, with the feeling of right evaluation, if I'm going to hold another's hand as leader, so that will be value-based leadership. That's only I expressed earlier also. So this is my view, Bhaiya.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kumar Bhaiya wants to add something.
So what I was saying essentially, when it was coming to value education leading to value-based education to value-based living and then value-based leadership. So value-based leadership is grounded in value-based living. So I have to be the role model for my team. And leadership, when it is value-based, is not about holding a post or recognition, okay, some position, no. It is being at the base of the team, okay, so that I am there supporting each and every one. Maybe I do not have any position in the team. I do not hold any kind of rank in the team. But I am there guiding the team through my feeling of relationship and harmony and coexistence. That is very important. Otherwise, we can see how the leadership has come to this kind of state in the current society. I'll just quote one thing, which is little out of context but very meaningful, and we keep on citing this sometime in our discussions also. So there is one uh, saint in China who is called Lao Tzu. You all must have heard of him, Lao Tzu. So there are 81 verses. There is one verse about leadership. So he says that the worst leader is one who is detested or hated. Better than the one is the one who is feared. So the worst is one who is hated. Better is one who is feared. Still better is one who is loved. But when the master leads, nobody knows that he exists.
He exists.
Yes.
He exists.
When the master leads, nobody knows that he exists. So he's there guiding you through his living. So we keep on remembering people from the past, in the history, in the tradition, from whom we are taking guidance, who is not there in our family, not in our society. But the living model has become inspiration for us. So that kind of leadership is required. That is value-based leadership.
Right, very beautifully explained, Bhaiya. The true leader is who is with us for guidance, but not for any recognition, or not for any post. So very beautifully explained, Bhaiya. Another important question is, whenever we start teamwork, all team members starts enthusiastically, but with time, this enthusiasm gets down. So what to do retain this enthusiasm in team members? So maybe Umesh Bhaiya can give answer.
Right. I think one has to be enthusiastic for that. One has to celebrate the journey that he traveled, and receiving the self-inspiration and motivation to the journey to be traveled. So if we know it, then we remain enthusiastic and energetic, and then similarly we can keep on reminding the others too that there could be a possibility that at this particular part of journey, some obstacle is there, some hurdle is there, and that is the reason you're feeling stuck. But congratulations, if you're thinking that you're feeling stuck, it means you are able to see that the solution is there, but I'm not able to go to that solution. So this is where, we can keep connecting with the people, trying to understand where they have stuck. And this basically we can only understand if we observe our own self. Where do we get stuck? Why do we get stuck, right? Why do I feel little bit of low, little bit of motivated, demotivated? When we keep observing our own feeling, then we can observe the feelings or the things which are going in the other, and then we could, help to the other. This is a very general answer, but to be very specific, the existence is in the form of coexistence, and there is a harmony. Even this one line is enough to keep you enthusiastic all the time. What else you want, right? The whole existence is in the form of coexistence, and there's a harmony. So when we understand this, then it becomes my role to understand this and live with it. And that's basically, keep us that enthusiasm within, and we can help with the same enthusiasm to the others.
Okay, Bhaiya. So next important point is, whenever we say team, it gives impression that team is outside. So if I consider team means it starts from family. Generally, when we say I am team leader, so I forget or ignore our family member. So we start thinking about team other than our family member. So is there any need to define this term team, redefine this term team? Is there any need to redefine this term? Dilip Bhaiya.
When you talk about team, is it possible that a team where I am not, Possible? If I say a family, my family, without me, there is any meaning of family? Means a team where all the members along with me, and I have a role to play in that family, in that team. Now, the definition of team, if we think that team, they are working for common goal, and without me, the goal cannot be fulfilled. Means my involvement in that team is important, and as we are thinking about value-based leader, now the leader, though we designate someone as leader or someone leading volunteer, but while we are working in a team, everyone have some role in that team. So team means obviously everyone's presence, everyone's participation, and with all complementarity, the team can develop, can do something which is harmonious for the system. So redefine means, I think whenever we talk about team, if we think the team is the other members except me, may not be the team. Team means everyone, whoever working for the common goal, for the harmony in the system. Then only the team sustains, then only the team can work properly. है ना? So this is the thing I think, so all should think and should highlight their perception or whatever they think. But as we are a bigger team now, in that perspective, we can think, redefine the team. Everyone part of our team, it may be a small or maybe bigger, but everyone's presence in the team is recognized, and it has to be for a particular goal.
Okay. So before I invite all volunteers to ask this question, so I would like to request everyone, just one line comment, last comment about team development from your side. One line comment, starting from Narula Bhaiya to Sambhav Bhaiya, or we may start from there. One last comment, closing comment from your side.
Understanding the common goal, common purpose, and trying to be complementary.
Thank you.
I had noted something for team development, just I'll read it out. So it has multiple components, like one is clarity of the human goal with wisdom in oneself. That is one important component. Accepting the team members with affection, leading to commitment in the relationship with the team members. Then involving the team members in projects and activities on a regular basis, gradually giving end-to-end responsibilities. That is required. And then developing the team members as mentors finally. Okay, so let them be mentors for the next team that is going to be made. And I'll also say one thing here, that there's a difference between team and community. So team is the building block of undivided society, right? When we make a team as a community, then it divides the society. This is my team, this is your team. I develop this team, you develop that team. This person belongs to my team. You know? Not like that. It is the building block of undivided society. So that kind of mindset, that kind of feeling has to be there, that I am helping in preparing an undivided society and not owning a person or a group of people, isn't it?
The feeling of I'm there for you, it'll make a strong foundation for the team. not considering ourselves someone different from the team, rather being the part of the team. Thank you.
It's collective participation with clarity of vision, in my opinion.
आप उसको ट्रांसलेट कर देंगे ऐसा मानता हूँ। तो जो मुझे महत्वपूर्ण बात कुमार भैया ने कहा वो एक तो बात है कि टीम मतलब अखंड समाज के लिए हम काम कर रहे हैं, ऐसा अगर हम सोच पा रहे हैं, उसको करते हुए मुझे लगता है कि जो जिम्मेदारी है वो जिम्मेदारी का बंटवारा नहीं होता है। जिम्मेदारी सबकी होती है, जो भी हम परिवार में हैं या टीम में हैं या समाज में हैं, जहाँ पे भी हैं, जिम्मेदारी का बंटवारा नहीं होता है, भागीदारी का बंटवारा हो सकता है। तो कोई रोल हमको कहा गया करने के लिए, मैं उस रोल को कर रहा हूँ, ये एक डिफरेंट बात है, लेकिन ओवरऑल जो जिम्मेदारी है उससे मैं हट नहीं सकता। या मैंने अगर किसी को कह दिया कि ये काम आपको करना है तो उसको वो भागीदारी दी गई है, लेकिन जिम्मेदारी उसको नहीं दी। जिम्मेदारी तो जो दे रहा है उस काम को वो लिया ही हुआ है कि अगर वो नहीं करता है तो मैं उसको लौट के करूँगा। इस फीलिंग के साथ रहेंगे कि हमारी सबकी जिम्मेदारी है, भागीदारी अलग अलग हो सकती है, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। ये बात ध्यान में रहती है तो फिर मुझे लगता है कि टीम वर्क करने में बहुत सपोर्ट मिलता है। आप कर लीजिए। आप करिए।
Saying collective participation, collective responsibility, and particular specific participation. ऐसे ही कहना चाह रहे हैं। Collective responsibility.
ठीक है, okay, like what is team for me is basically my position in the whole existence and how I'm related and connected with every single unit which exists in the whole existence. That is the team, right? But now there will be a question that finding difficulty to work in the office or organization. So how about the team? See, let us have this clarity that we have two different states. Correct? Do we have two different states or we are living in the desirable state? What do you think? Are we living with the gap or are we living in the desirable state of continuous happiness? Very good. Okay. So let us have this clarity that the desirable state is there and we all are working for that desirable state. Okay? So we all are working to establish the feeling of relationship to live as a family. We are working, right? We are working together. So when we are working together, when we are in the process, at least that acceptance as a team is important. We all are working in the college. Are we able to live together in the college? No. But we are getting something common there in the college. What? The salary. So we are working together. In the UHV team, we are working for much more than salary. In fact, we are working for the completeness. The completeness within and the realizations of the universal human order, the world family outside. Correct? So that minimum level of acceptance that we all are there. And one important aspect, the things which Moti Bhaiya have said, is responsibility. So I am responsible for my happiness. I am responsible to participate for the transformation of the society. So when we take up this as our responsibility, then we always try to cooperate and collaborate with each other. If this is the minimum level of expectations, and with this minimum level of expectations, we can feel that the bond of maybe attachment, the bond of relationship, maybe for a different purpose, the common goal, but then slowly and gradually we will develop as a family. Okay? So if you ask me what is the meaning of a family or what is the meaning of a team, is basically the feeling of being related to everyone. That is the meaning. But then in the process, we are working together in the process that each one of us are able to understand the two different things. The one thing, that I want to be happy in continuity. And the other thing, I want to realize this my aspiration toward the society as a harmonious society. And then we all are working for the common goal. Right? So this would means a present team for me and the desirable team for me, both these teams.
Relationship is the key of team building. Whenever we think about this, that there is relationship with everyone, I think gradually the team building will be easier, stronger, and we can complement each other. So relationship, as I have experimented everywhere, every moment, I have seen the beauty of that relationship. And through this only, you can see how easily you can solve your problems. So I think relationship is the key to develop our team and to strengthen that bonding about the team members, and we can work together for better. And not only that, the process will be faster. So that is the thing. So that's why I don't know, now it will be good to say that each one of us, if we take just or note down 2 names who you can talk regularly, once or twice in a week, just you ask some few questions, regular communication, you will see that your team is building. Now within few months, you can approach them to join our meeting, all these. But regular interaction with those 2 or 1 is very important because they want it. Okay? So for me, it has worked, and for everyone, I think it will work. And it is very important to see the relationship with everyone. That is the thing.
Thank you, Bhaiya. So now stage is open for all of you. You may ask any questions or you may share your experience while working in team. And all mentors can guide us. Yes. Ji, Arun Bhaiya. Arun Bhaiya. Yeah, Sunil Bhaiya at the last. You. अच्छा मैं ये दे दूँ.
नमस्ते सभी को. हम लोग सभी लोगों ने दीदी की, भैया की, सभी लोगों की बातें सुनी, लेकिन इन बातों को सुनने के बाद एक बार मेरा मतलब जो हमारा प्रपोजल वाला पार्ट है उस पर सबसे पहले ध्यान गया कि पार्टिसिपेशन इन लार्जर आर्डर विथ राइट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. टीम डेवलपमेंट के लिए मुझे ऐसा लगता है दीदी कि ये भी एक महत्वपूर्ण पार्ट हो सकता है हमारे एग्जिस्टेंस में. थैंक यू सभी को.
थैंक यू भैया. सुनील भैया.
Good afternoon. Namaste, everyone. So we have a very enriching discussion regarding self and team development right now in the panel. I would like to pose this question very specifically to any of the panelists. That you see, when we say the value education is to be offered as a course, and when it is being offered, we have to train the faculty members through the FDPs, the UHV introductory, the UHV 2 kind of programs. Now, immediately after that, there can be an enthusiasm, there can be an excitement in the faculty members. And when they offer this to the students, many times in the living part, they may not be able to practice that, they may not be able to explore the proposals. And the result is the wrong way of putting these proposals, resulting in students not able to follow the things, not able to self-explore within themselves. That's one thing. How do we tackle this? That's one question. Second question is regarding this team development. A lot of discussion was there, but can you summarize what are the essential values that a team member should have and a team leader should have? Thank you. To any of the panelists.
Kumar bhaiya?
So let me respond to both the questions one by one. So the method that I used to adopt, presently in the institution where I am teaching, I am only teaching, so that part of not required. But earlier in the Galgotias University, what we used to do, every semester we used to have weekly meetings, and all the faculty who were teaching the course used to come to the meeting where they were invited, and that was an official message given to the faculty. And we used to discuss the content to be delivered in the next class. So all the FAQs were discussed, and in our usual meetings also, we used to discuss the living part also, so that people are able to pay attention. So when we discuss the questions that might be asked by the questions, and also the reflection in our living, so that takes care largely. But of course, we cannot expect conduct completeness just by attending a workshop. Okay, so that is one thing I would like to share. And as a team, when you ask, so this is something that I had shared earlier. So first of all, clarity of the common human goal. So I'll take some time to elaborate upon this. So I have some aspirations in my life, right? Now, can I see that my aspirations are in line with the common human goal? So we all are somewhat work in progress, right? Though we have attended the workshop, though we are teaching the courses, though we are also sharing the content, but it still may be the case that I have still not explored my own aspirations, right? So are my aspirations in line with the common human goal? If completely, then I'll also like to develop the same kind of company in my children also. Let them also live with a comprehensive human goal. So that wisdom is required, either to lead a team or to be a leader in general, right? Second thing, that commitment in relationship. When I am hand holding someone, when I am accepting somebody as a team member, right? So I have to accept. But yes, to accept somebody unconditionally as a team member, some level of competence is required. So that evaluation also has to be done. I cannot let the team suffer because of some member. Some person is coming every time in the meeting and talking something which is completely against or something. So we have to limit that. So that acceptance based on right evaluation of the other. That is very important. We cannot let the team suffer because of one individual. This is something that we are taking care here also. Like we called only selected people who are able to come to a certain level so that the time is spent meaningfully. Then thirdly, while assigning tasks, it is very important, like engaging the team. So assigning tasks in terms of assignments of projects regularly, discussing that, evaluating, complementing, hand-holding, but giving regular tasks is very important as per the availability of time, energy of the person. It may be the case that we sometimes have a big team, but we are not able to assign tasks to every team member. And the team member gradually gets lost. So having communication with the team member in our meetings, as well as assigning some task in terms of assignment or projects. There are two kinds of activity that we are having. Assignments are regular things, like activities are regular things, and then projects are time. And gradually developing that person himself as a team mentor. Because the way we are trying to progress is, let's say we have X number of teams now. Now it is going to develop X square people. Then that will develop X cube people. So the next row has to be developed so that the next further row can be developed by the next row. That kind of progression is required. And then when I am free from that task which I was doing earlier, then I have to invest myself for right understanding. I have to invest myself for some further projects, some deeper level work. So that is it. So I cited 4 things here.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
It's a sharing, not a question.
Ji, ji.
Just, I would like to add up in the first question, how to be, faculty related, right? Sharing question. 3 days ago, we were deliberating on sort of a similar point, that what we need to do so that the faculty members will remain connected with the workshop. And one of the suggestion has come, I think Ajay Bhaiya has suggested it, that the face-to-face self-funded workshop. So of course, the discussion is required before we go for any sort of decision. But in the face-to-face self-funded workshop, can we put one guideline that 1 month, exactly 1 month after the completion of the FDP, there will be a follow-up meeting with the participants who have successfully completed the FDP, right? So this was a suggestion. And then we discussed what will happen because of this. So 1 month is a good time. So after the 1 month, if we are meeting the participants again, sort of a small sharing, what has gone, what has happened in the past 1 month, then they would be able to understand that during that 3 days everything was okay. The impact of the environment, but on the 4th day, 5th day, again the challenges of life, and that is the point where we can give that point to ponder upon, that continuity with the content, the contact with the content and the exploration is required. So come for the weekly meeting and morning sessions. It may, one of the suggestion was there. And the other point is, see, let us take into all the other academic courses. In all the academic courses, there are teachers' forums, national forum, right, state forum, regional forum, district forums. We have to initiate sort of a similar models. So the best practices of the teachers can be replicated to the other places. Similarly, we are having this national conference of the volunteers. So we may think of a teachers meeting, a UHV teachers meeting of a region, or a UHV teachers meeting of a university or of a state. So we are there, we know the process, we know how long it takes to get the clarity, confidence, and knack on that process of self-exploration while sharing the content, examples. But there is a possibility that some of the teachers who had just done the certificates and sharing the content. So when these teachers will come to this UHV Teachers Sammelan or the conferences, then they would understand the depth of the content also and how to deliver the content, what sort of practice is required, efforts are required. So these are some of the suggestions. Of course, we'll have to discuss on these suggestions and take some sort of decisions which can be taken up all over the India. Yes. Very true. Yeah. But then every time, like that one simple like observations which each one of us are facing, observing, and reach to the conclusion that it's a transformation. Right? And transformation has its own speed. So if we can help our university people to make these things, particular things understand, that will take time, maybe another 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. But then some of the models has to be there in the university or in our campus, and we can be that model. So when the people looked at us, if that impact is visible in our behavior, then that basically gives them the confidence. So like this is like, again, it is our responsibility. So if we take up this responsibility, then the other way may get confidence on, okay, this is an important course and it has to be. Like again, delivering the content to the students, a lot of discussions and deliberations are required on this particular part also. How we can make it as a user-friendly, right? The user-friendly content, which means the activities, their engagement, what sort of thoughts are going through the student these days. See, we have not gone through those thoughts in our student life. And then we have become teacher. So there is a possibility that we are not aware of the thoughts which are going through the minds of the student these days. We are not aware. If I'm delivering the content is there. I cannot change the content. But when I'm connecting this content with the student, if I'm able to understand the mindset of the students, then I would be able to connect the students. So these are like some of the things. And I think, such sort of gatherings, unions, helps each one of us to think more. Yeah. But it's a serious concern for everyone.
Yeah. Yes, Ajaypal bhaiya. Then we. Okay, Sangeeta Didi.
I'm working in that video editing team, and when I started that time, Revati Didi and Aparajita Didi, the working style is like this, ki we never afraid of them. She both either of them will call or make you comfortable first. First ask you, are you would like to do which language, how many hours you can spend. So first they evaluate us, then delegate the work in a sheet for whole, week or whole month. And when even after that we could not able to do, then a simple message. If we could not able to do, just put it no, and the work would be done automatically. So, and after finishing all this video editing, a general meeting of just a casual talk like this we will be having. And when we wanted to start, then if some technical things are there, then training part would be there online. Again, a small meeting would be there. So we feel all very much connected and like this. So it's a very good team we have in video editing.
So personal connection or right evaluation, है ना? 2 indicators we discussed. Yes, next, Jaypal Bhaiya.
जी सो मैं हिंदी में थोड़ा सा बात रखूंगा ताकि एक्सप्रेस कर पाऊँ फ्रीली। जो बात मोती भैया ने कही थी उस बात को मैं भी फील करता हूँ कि जो टीम बिल्डिंग में एक इम्पॉर्टेंट बात है इनफॉर्मल डिस्कशन, जो इनफॉर्मल शेयरिंग है, जो ऑफ द काम के अलावा जो होती है वो इम्पॉर्टेंट है। उसको मैंने ऑब्जर्व किया है 3-4 सालों में, जो शेयरिंग NWR रीजन में डेवलप कर पाया मैं बाकी लोगों के साथ में, तो उसमें उस बात को महसूस कर पाता हूँ। तो ये मैं भी फील करता हूँ और जिससे मेरा डिस्कशन होता है तो मैं इस बात को भी शेयर करता हूँ कि अगर काम के अलावा भी हमारे पास समय है और अगर हम एक दूसरे को जानने में और समझने में और एक्सप्लोरेशन में हेल्प कर पाते हैं, तो मैं भी जब कभी बात करता हूं तो हम डिस्कस करते हैं, सोल्यूशन नहीं ढूंढते, डिस्कस करते हैं, डिस्कशन में सोल्यूशन निकल आता है। उसमें सामने वाले का इनपुट हो सकता है, मेरा भी इनपुट हो सकता है। मेरा क्वेश्चन एक यहाँ पे ये बनता है कि जब सभी लोग कंटेंट से परिचित होते हैं तो UHV के कंटेंट के प्रति लगभग सभी की एश्योरेंस बनती है। फिर लोग टीम में जुड़ते हैं, काम करते हैं। तो जब टीम में काम करते हैं तो बहुत सारे लोग कंटिन्यू कर पाते हैं। कुछ लोग जो उनकी एक्सपेक्टेशंस फेलो वॉलंटियर्स के साथ में होती है, या तो वो अपेक्षाएं जब पूरी नहीं हो पाती या उनका अपना ओवर एक्सपेक्टेशन होता है, तो कुछ लोग ड्रॉप भी होते हैं। तो जब वो ड्रॉप होते हैं तो कंसर्न बनता है, क्योंकि ऐसे लोगों का भी UHV के प्रति एश्योरेंस बना हुआ है, लेकिन क्योंकि लोगों के साथ काम करते हुए या तो उनकी एक्सपेक्टेशंस नहीं पूरी हो पाई, या वो जो उनको एक आइडल के रूप में देख रहे थे, रोल मॉडल के तौर पे, वो उनके साथ जीते हुए नहीं हो पाया। तो ऐसा अपना माइंडसेट भी कैसे डेवलप करें कि एक जर्नी है, ये ध्यान में रहे, इसमें अप्स एंड डाउन्स रहेंगे, लेकिन कंटेंट के साथ मेरा जुड़ा हुआ होना बना रहे। लोगों के साथ मतलब लोगों की वजह से मेरा कंटेंट से छूट ना जाए, समझ रहे हैं आप, है ना? मतलब कि मेरा सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरेशन, मेरी जर्नी चलती रहे, उसमें अप हो सकता है, डाउन हो सकता है, लेकिन लोगों की वजह से जब लोग छूटते हैं तो उसके माइंड को अपने लिए भी कैसे डेवलप करें, और अगर कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति छूट रहा है तो उसको कैसे असिस्ट करें ताकि वो कंटेंट के साथ जुड़ा रहे। भागीदारी करना समय के साथ कम ज़्यादा हो सकती है, वो कर सकता है, लेकिन वो कंटेंट के साथ वो व्यक्ति जुड़ा रहे। तो अगर कोई भी इस पर रिस्पॉन्ड करे जी। तो
मोती भैया कर सकते हैं।
मैं कर देता हूँ। तो एक तो जो उमेश भैया ने बात कही ना कि मतलब जब भी कोई जुड़ता है तो उसकी जो अपेक्षा होती है जुड़ने की टीम से, उसको अगर ये ध्यान में नहीं है और ये क्लियर नहीं है कि मैं अपने सुख के लिए कर रहा हूँ, तो निश्चित है कि थोड़े दिन के बाद वो चला जाएगा, क्योंकि वो सुख तो अपने में एक्सप्लोर करके मिलना है। बाहर भाव मतलब बाहर से कुछ फीलिंग मिलेगी और उससे हम सुखी हो जाएंगे, ऐसा एक्सपेक्टेशन थोड़े दिन तक शुरू में बनी रहती है। तो ये जो व्यक्ति छूट रहा है उसका मुख्य कारण मुझे यही लगता है कि एक तो वो हैप्पीनेस उसका गोल है, उसका मूल चाहना सुख है, वो बात उसको ध्यान में नहीं है, या अगर ध्यान में आ भी गई है तो उसको ये नहीं समझ में आता है कि ये रास्ता एक है जिससे हम उस लक्ष्य तक पहुंच सकते हैं। अगर ये ध्यान में भी अगर उसको आ गई है कि ये रास्ता है जिससे हम उस लक्ष्य तक पहुंच सकते हैं, तो ये भी हो सकता है कि उसकी प्रायोरिटीज़ और सारी बहुत कुछ है। तो जनरली मैंने जो फील किया है वो प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं है कि लोगों को ये नहीं लगता कि उनको उनका गोल हैप्पीनेस है, और उनको ये भी नहीं लगता कि इससे हमको अचीव नहीं होगा। जनरली होता ये है कि एक लंबे समय में काम करते हुए उनकी प्रायोरिटीज़ बदल जाती हैं, तो उनको समझना महत्वपूर्ण लगता है, लेकिन उसके साथ बहुत सारी चीज़ें और महत्वपूर्ण लगती हैं। इस कारण से और सारी चीज़ों में जब इन्वॉल्व होते हैं तो इधर वाला छूट जाता है। और मैंने ये फील किया है कि अभी कल एक वर्कशॉप ख़त्म करके मैं आया हूँ, उसमें एक लोगों को 4 साल से मैं ट्रैक कर रहा था, 4 साल बाद वो आए एक वर्कशॉप में, तो कह रहे थे कि होता क्या है कि जब आप थोड़े दिन गैप हो जाता है ना, तो वो गैप जो है उसका अपना इनर्सिया है। वो इनर्सिया आपको ना फिर वापस जुड़ने से भी कई बार रोकता है। तो वो इनर्सिया जब उसको फील होने लगता है, तो उस समय हमको क्या करना है, जो भी हमको लगता है उस टीम में, कि उसके साथ बात होती रहे, उसके साथ संवाद चलता रहे, और उसकी जो जनरल लाइफ में जो चल रहा है उसके बारे बात होती रहे, और जब कभी मौका मिलता है तो उनको ध्यान दिला दें। तो आए तो उन्होंने कहा कि भैया वो आपका हर बार का मैसेज जो है ना, वो आता रहा, जितने वर्कशॉप हो रही थी संस्थान में तो आपका मैसेज आ जाता था, तो मुझे लगा कि अब कितनी बार मैं जो है इग्नोर करूँगा इसको। तो मैं आ गया, और आ गया तो अब कह रहे थे कि मतलब आ गया तो ये बड़ा अच्छा हुआ कि आ गया। सर से मिले वो, तो सर ने उनसे कहा कि आपसे बड़ी संभावना थी। वो बीटेक और इस तरह के स्टूडेंट रहे हैं, और गांव में और चले गए हैं, अपना गांव में कुछ काम कर रहे हैं, और गांव के प्रधान भी रहे हो। तो अभी वो लौट आए तो उनको लगा, अब उन्होंने फिर सारी प्लानिंग बनाना शुरू कर दी कि वाइफ को भी लेके आना था, लेकिन बस संकोच के माने मैं नहीं लेके आया कि मैं ही 4 साल के बाद जा रहा हूँ और पता नहीं क्या होगा और कैसे होगा, तो मैं नहीं लेके आ पाया। तो वो जब आप कनेक्शन उनसे बनाए रखते हैं तो हो सकता है कभी फिर वो और कभी ना कभी वो ध्यान में आती हैं चीज़ें, जहाँ पे अटक जाता है व्यक्ति ना, उसको लौट के ध्यान आता है कि यार वहाँ पे कुछ काम की बात थी, और वो काम की बात थी तो वो कनेक्ट कैसे होगा। तो उसको कोई एक व्यक्ति अगर ऐसा है जो उसके साथ आत्मीयता को महसूस करता है, तो उस व्यक्ति से कनेक्टेड है, वो कंटेंट से हो सकता है थोड़े दिन के लिए छूट गया, तो उस व्यक्ति से वो कनेक्टेड है, तो वो लौटता है फिर, तो जाके फिर वो कनेक्ट हो जाता है। तो वो होगा, बहुत लोग आएंगे जाएंगे, वो चलता रहेगा। मैं तो पिछले 15 साल से अधिक हो गया अब धीरे धीरे इस बात को देखते हुए कि बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग जिनके बारे में हमको लगता था कि इन्होंने तो बहुत ही तेज़ यात्रा शुरू की है और बहुत आगे निकलेंगे, पता चला वो चले गए। कई सारे लोगों के बारे में अनुमान था कि नहीं कुछ अभी करेंगे नहीं। हर बार व्यक्ति के बारे जब आप वर्कशॉप लेते हैं तो कुछ अनुमान बनता है। ऐसे कई सारे लोग ऐसे निकल के आए जिन्होंने धीरे धीरे चलते हुए अच्छा यात्रा कर लिया अपना, तो वो तो लगा रहेगा। उस बीच में हमको अपने में ये बात ध्यान में रखनी है कि ये जो पूरा काम है ये मेरा काम है, और मैं इसको कर रहा हूँ तो किसी और का काम नहीं है। जितना मैं कर पाऊँगा करूँगा, जितना नहीं कर पाऊँगा उतना दूसरों का सहयोग जितना उसमें मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, तो हो सकता है कि जितना अपेक्षा हो नहीं हो पाए, तो समय का इंतज़ार करेंगे। और धीरे धीरे मुझे अब पिछले 4-5 सालों में ये बात लगने लगी है, कहना कितना उचित है मैं नहीं जानता, लेकिन अब मुझे धीरे धीरे ये लगने लगा है कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें ना होती हैं, हम करते नहीं हैं, होती हैं। और वो होना जो है ना कुछ निश्चित नियम के तहत हो रहा है। हमको लगता है कि हम बहुत कुछ कर रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं है, वो होता है, और वो जैसा अवसर बनेगा वो होगा, ऐसा मुझे लगने लगा अब धीरे धीरे। पिछले 4-5 सालों में तो ऐसा लगने लगा कि नियति ने कुछ रास्ता हमारे लिए खोज रखा है। वो रास्ता जो है हम बहुत छटपटा के भी बदल नहीं पाएंगे, और बहुत आराम से भी चलेंगे। उस पर अगर विश्वास बना रहेगा तो कुछ रास्ता निकलता है। और कोई इसमें जोड़ना चाहे?
धन्यवाद भैया। मनीषी दीदी will translate.
Yeah, basically the question was that participants successfully completes the FDP and then they joins with us, then they attend few meetings, few morning sessions and disappears. So what can be done for this kind of people? Right? This was the basic question. The answer given by Moti Bhaiya is, see, when a participants complete the FDP. When a few things he didn't say, but what he meant to say that I could sense. So I'm adding those things also. Basically, UHV FDP itself is a model of relationship. It's based on the model of relationship. So when the participants comes to our FDP, our relative is coming to us. So from that point of time only, if we start taking connected with this particular participants, and if we develop that connection even after the FDP, then due to that enthusiasm initially, each one of us have also done our self-evaluation on the first FDP of the last 5, that tomorrow morning I'll go and change the whole world, right? It happens with everyone. So with that enthusiasm, they joins the team. There is possibility that the kind of people appreciate the UHV team, the resource persons team. So they may join the team because they are going to get it in the future. So there are many different motivations, before joining the UHV team. Maybe a respect, status. People may think that I'll get promoted in my job. But then those who understand this is the journey of the transformation I have to travel within, and these people are there to complement with me, and we can travel together and try to change the whole society, remains with us. But then those, after just couple of meetings, they feel they get saturated and then withdraw themselves, they leave. But then what can be done? So this solution which was given by Moti Bhaiya, that was very important solution. If I remain connected with the participants on the personal level, my personal level connections. So there is a possibility that for 4 years, that person may not turn up for the meeting. But in that 4 years, if I'm in the talking term with that person and at least asking him, how are you, how your life is going on, there is a possibility that he may discuss his personal issues to me. I may share some of the solutions to him, or I may just listen to him. So that connection basically helps other person to reunite. And one of the example that he has shared, that yesterday only he completed one workshop, and a gentleman who came to that workshop after the 4 years gap. So in that 4 years, Moti Bhaiya was following up, which means he was talking to that man. And also whenever there used to be a workshop, he used to send the invitation. So he came and he said that for the 4 years, I ignored your invitations, but how long I can ignore your invitations? So finally I came.
Just adding to what Moti Bhaiya and Umesh Bhaiya said, I would like to add a few words here. So we have to see that as a team member, whether I am operating at the level of expectation or thought or feeling or understanding. So when I am operating at the level of expectation, my motivation comes from successes and failures, recognition or de-recognition, things like that. If people are recognizing me, I feel motivated. If not recognizing, if my words are not being listened to, I feel demotivated. If our team is successful, I become enthused. If not, then the other way around. When I'm getting motivated at the level of thought, then I'm looking at the mechanism, right? I'm devising some mechanism for the team to work. If the team is obeying, I am with the team. If the team is not listening, I am not with the team. Then I'm operating at the level of thought, right? Success and failure is not that important. More important to me is whether my words, my ways, my mechanisms are being obeyed or not. Above this is the level of feeling. I am operating at the level of feeling. I'm able to see that we are related and we are working for a common goal. Okay, there may be a variety of opinions. Even my opinion may not work sometime. It may be the case that my opinion is correct, I am able to see. But if somebody is insisting, I am going the other's way, experimenting and then validating and saying that this is not what, let us go some other way. So this is at the level of feeling. When I'm operating at the level of understanding, I'm able to very much see that what is there as a natural acceptance, that will only materialize as a program. Successes and failures may be there. Right? Team members also may feel associated sometimes, disassociated sometimes. At the level of feeling also, somebody may feel repelled with me, somebody may feel attracted with me, that is all there. Right? But at the end outcome is that we are going to be in harmony if we keep on working. So that assurance is there in me, and my motivation is not from outside, it is from my understanding. and then I become a base of the program. Even if the team subsides, it can again come up. Even if the team gets somewhat over enthusiastic, right? Then again we may bring it on the line. So that kind of fluctuation will not be there within me. So this is something that I see as very important.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Very important points you have brought out in our notice. So before I call to Raju Bhaiya for project activities, let us summarize all the discussion. So rather than I summarize all the discussion, I would like you to tell key takeaways. What are your key takeaways from this discussion? Yes, sir. We can pass mic, sir.
Thank you, Gopal Bhaiya, for the opportunity. And it was nice discussion and very related to my team. And I see this team as the nice platform to check our feelings. So in the translation team, Sharad Bhaiya asked me, can you lead? I said, I'm not so competent, but he said, no, you have to only coordinate. Okay, then I will do it. Then so many people joined, so many people left, but I continue to work. Even one joined the meeting, I started to work. So my way is like I had to do it on the deadline. Before the deadline, I should be done my work. But this was very good for me to explore my feelings. I was always checking. So all the panel discussion helped me how I have to take the team forward, though the work is lagging, or if somebody is joining or somebody is leaving. So the panel discussion helped me. And I used to see how I have this irritation in my family members, that work is delaying with my wife, with children. I'm not able to spend time for them. So I used to give priority to UHV work more. So I kept the research project also aside. So I'm not seeing my personal growth. So all these things I used to check, and yes, I understood how to take forward. Thank you. That is my
Thank you, Bhaiya. So few keywords that you are taken from here. Yes.
Thank you, Bhaiya. What my key takeaway for from this particular panel discussion has been, team is a collection of all the human beings who are working for a common goal. And with the feeling of complementarity, there is no feeling of being in competition with each other, but being with the feeling of complementarity, holding each one as per the competence. Collectively, you work for a common goal.
Okay. So complementarity, common wisdom, connectedness. These are key takeaways. And anyone? Ji Bhaiya.
So good evening, Bhaiya. So my key takeaway is unconditional acceptance for the team. So myself, Vadivel Kannan. So the key takeaway is unconditional acceptance and the responsibility of team person.
I learned that the team leader should be at the base. Base means it should be supportive, and at every situation, means whether it is we are falling, we are losing, we are winning, but every time he should be supportive. So the person who is at the base must have some value system within him. That is what is kind of a relationship. I word like that should be at the base. Thank you so much.
He should be available for guidance, not for recognition, right?
Namaste. I got new takeaway. T for togetherness, E for empathy, A for assessment, and M for mentorship. These are for new words I got from this.
Nice. We are togetherness, empathy. Yes. From Didi, we can take one key takeaway.
नमस्ते सभी को राजकुमारी my key takeaway is VBL value based living, and L should be square. Value based living, only then value based leadership. When we can live, if I can live, that will automatically pave the path for others. So this will automatically, this will be the outcome of my living that will lead.
So VBL square, this is new formulation by Rajkumari Didi.
नमस्ते सभी को। आज का ये टेक अवे मैं अपनी ओर से बता रहा हूँ कि टीम लीडर की और टीम लीडर को अपनी गोल की क्लियरिटी के साथ जो भी काम कर रहे हैं उसको करते जाना चाहिए, सबको अंडरस्टैंड करके अपने आप वो कारवा बनता जाएगा और समझने वाले लोग जुड़ते जाएंगे और एक दिन सफलता हमारे साथ हो चलेगी।
Clarity of goal. One last sharing from Alka Didi.
भैया मेरा टीम बिल्डिंग से जो कुमार भैया ने बोला कि टीम जो है वो बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक है अनडिवाइडेड सोसाइटी की, तो भैया इस पे मेरा काफ़ी ध्यान गया और इस पे ये ध्यान गया कि आप कोई भी टीम जब बना रहे हो तो यदि उसका गोल अनडिवाइडेड सोसाइटी तक नहीं जा रहा तो फिर वो कहीं ना कहीं आगे जाके कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में जाएगा। तो यहाँ पे हाँ वो कम्युनिटी और कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में जाएगा। तो भैया इस पे मेरा बहुत ध्यान गया और ये मेरा टेक अवे है।
Very nice. So I know that many of us have many key takeaways. Who? कौन? अच्छा मनोरमा जी।
मेरा एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन था वो। ठीक, नमस्ते जी जी। मैं मतलब जो समझ पाया कि टीम मेंबर के संबंध में कि टीम मेंबर का अपने लीडर के प्रति उसकी श्रेष्ठता की स्वीकृति के प्रति एक एक्सेप्टेंस हो, कम से कम ये ना हो तो उसका श्रेष्ठता के लिए जो प्रयास हो रहा है उसके लिए एक्सेप्टेंस हो, वो नहीं है तो कम से कम इतना हो कि वो मेरी श्रेष्ठता के लिए जो प्रयास कर रहा है, जो भी हमें अपॉर्चुनिटी दे रहा है उसकी एक्सेप्टेंस हो। इन तीनों में से मिनिमम कोई एक बात तो हो। ये एक टीम मेंबर के लिए मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट मतलब मुझे समझ में आई, उससे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कम होता है ऐसा मुझे लगता है।
Acceptance for excellence, right? So we can continue this discussion after this session, and because all panelists will be there for 3 days, you have enough time to discuss every issue. Now I would like to request Rajul Bhaiya. No, it is closed, Bhaiya. Formally it is closed, right?
Very nice. Okay. Take it. So, nice discussion. We'll continue this discussion in our monthly meetings. It's very important that we'll continue our discussion in the monthly meetings. Formulate your questions, formulate your observations so that those monthly meetings can be very useful for you and useful for us also. Whenever we have a meeting like that, it is useful for us also, for everyone. So that is good. Now we'll have a team activity. Okay. And I said it is surprise, but it was there in the slide somewhere, and some people noticed it. I don't know if you noticed it. Okay. We had so many ideas. We'll do something very simple. We'll make teams of 3 people. One from the north, one from the south, and one from the east. East and central region, and what is it, west? West. Okay, so north, south, and then this east, west, and central region. So teams of 3. You make your own teams. Okay, before you leave the room, you make your team of 3 people. Okay, and this each person should be in only one team, not in more than one team. Okay, this is one task. And then most of you will be having your this cell phone. You have your cell phone, and some of you have brought your video camera also. So you make a 1-minute video on what you as a team think about UHV. Somebody is asking you, what is this UHV? UHV, you keep saying UHV. What is it for you? So you articulate it, record it, and we'll play it on the last day. Okay. And the time that you have for making the team is now. And you have tomorrow that half an hour to make this video. Today, whatever time is there, and then tomorrow. 1 minute, and if you go over 1 minute, that is all fine. You can go up to 3 minutes, let's say. So we'll collect the videos. You can email those videos or send them by WhatsApp. Okay, No, we just send it to some WhatsApp. Okay, we'll send it to your WhatsApp. Okay, so you publish your WhatsApp in the group, and then we'll take your video. Is that okay? Not any 3 regions. One from north, one from south, and one from the east. East, west, central is one group. North and south is compulsory. Okay. Make your teams now. Yeah, try to find people who you don't already know. Eh? Let them take some time. क्या है? इतने लोग नहीं है ना, हर एक रीजन से लोग नहीं है इतने. नहीं, हमने पहले वही सोचा था, बट वो इतने लोग हैं नहीं. 37 नॉर्थ से हैं, 37 साउथ से हैं और 31 ये ईस्ट वाले रीजन से. सो इट इज बैलेंस्ड. उसको ऐड करने के बाद में हमने तो ये आइडिया फ्लोट किया था एडमिन में. जवाब नहीं आया. Next time. Okay, how many of you have made teams? Make teams where you don't know each other already. Done? Don't know, matlab you'll know somebody, but ज़्यादा मतलब वो नहीं है. Yes. Okay. So stand up and make your teams. Don't sit around.